Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with the review of the Skywalker. And I think this is a fairly old model, but I've had a lot of requests to review it, and it recently showed up on GearBest's website, and they were kind enough to send me one to review, so I took them up on the offer. Plus, it comes in green, which is always a benefit, or always a bonus for me, so I really like the coloring of it. It's pretty cool. This is, basically a, drive on the ceiling and walls and floor and stuff like that. So you've got this, this big cage that not only works for letting you drive on things, but I mean, it makes it pretty much uncrashable. I mean, you can bounce this thing off of everything, and it always lands upright. Since the quad can rotate inside there, it doesn't land upside down. However it lands, gravity is going to work out, and then once you give throttle, it's always ready to go. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you can just really throw this thing around. It has this little plastic piece that comes, inside the packaging. However, they say you're supposed to kind of launch from that, so that's a little bit weird to, you keep this little piece of plastic around or whatever. But that way you get a nice level surface, and the quad sits flat, and then you can I don't know if there's a way to recalibrate the accelerometer or not, or if it just does it on startup. But that way you know that it's nice and level instead of trying to sit on the wheels and it kind of sits at an angle or whatever. So that's just a little bit inconvenient, but just doing, because of the design of it, that's kind of the way it has to be. This is the transmitter, which is pretty nice, hobby grade style transmitter, so I like the transmitter. However, the rates button is down here, and then you've got a fly run button, so that basically, when you're in run mode, it limits the throttle, so you can give full throttle, but it'll never lift off the ground. So that makes it really easy to just set your throttle and drive around on the ground without having it accidentally take off, and then you hit fly and it'll take off. There is no flips on this though. It's just, fly and drive on the ceiling and walls. No flipping anyway. There are two rates. Though there's only one yaw rate, and it's a pretty slow yaw. So you're definitely not going to be zipping around. I mean, this thing is pretty heavy with the big frame on it and whatnot. So it feels a little bit underpowered. It's kind of heavy in the air, so you want to take it slow, and you got to fly it the way it wants to be flown. That's the thing I say a lot. Don't try flying this thing like a sport quad, because that's not what it's meant for. You've got to take it slow and smooth and drive up walls and along the ceiling and whatever, and it does that just great. But if you try getting doing funnels and stuff, it's just not going to work out for you. This is what it comes with. We got a spare set of props and a USB charging cable. It comes with a, let's see what we got, 300 milliamp hour battery. The battery takes about 50 minutes to charge. You get about a 6-minute flight. There's no LVC warning, so when it gets low on battery, it just kind of starts to fall out of the air. You don't really see it coming. There's no LEDs in the motor mounts or anything. You just got these two red front eye LEDs, so that kind of helps you see where front is along with the green props. But definitely, no night flying with this or anything. Let's see, what else is there to say? Yeah, I guess that's about all I've got to say about it. So let's go take it for a drive on the kitchen ceiling. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, this is the flight review of the Skywalker. And we'll see what I can do, see if I can drive on my ceiling and wall and stuff. And they say to take off from that plastic landing pad, so we'll give that a shot. Not bad. Blew the landing pad away. Alright, so I'm in high rates, so it's not a super fast quad, but it's not meant really for flying as much as it is for doing these wheel stunts. And the yaw rate is quite slow. I'm trying to do a pirouette there. Can't even really get it to do a full pirouette. There we go, pirouette, 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 pirouette. So really slow yaw rate, but Let's try to drive up the wall over here. There we go. Now I'm on the ceiling. Drive around. Oh gosh. It's a little weird driving on the ceiling, trying to get your throttle right. There we go. That's working pretty well. Alright, let's take it down here. And now I hit the fly run button. And so now I get full throttle and that's it. I'm just full max on the throttle and it won't take off. So it just stays on the ground. So that's pretty cool. Makes it nice and easy to drive around. I'm just driving entirely with the right stick. That makes it turn. So that's pretty cool. And then you hit the fly button and it'll take off. Kind of all over the place. Whoa, that was pretty neat. Kind of crazy trying to take off while it's rolling. Kind of just trying to show off that you can just crash this thing all over the place, and it just takes a licking and keeps on going. So I think it'd take a little bit of practice to kind of get used to the stick inputs that you have to give in order to make it, you know, drive quite right on stuff. So it's very, very different with the controls when you're trying to make it, you know, stick to the wall, not bounce off and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty slow on the yaw rate though. That makes it a little tricky to fly. Maybe that works better with the... Maybe they found that too high of a yaw rate was too hard to get it to work right on the ceiling and stuff. And yeah, as the battery gets weak, it starts to get pretty wobbly too. It can get a little out of control trying to recover from stuff when it's low on battery. Pretty neat though. I think if nothing else, I mean, even if you didn't want to drive on the ceiling and stuff, this is just great for beginners, because I mean, you can literally just crash it into everything. Oh my gosh, just flew over my head. So pretty neat how durable it is and how well that cage works to protect it. So anyway, I think I've showed all there is to show, so see if I can land it really. Kind of. Alright, well there we go. That's a much requested review, so hopefully I did it justice. That is the Skywalker wall and ceiling crawler quad. Pretty neat, and I love the green on it. Very cool looking green. Alright, well check the video description for price and purchase links. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.